So anyway, g'day people, how you going? This is Glenn the Yobbo again. Actually, I'm not a yobbo, more like a yuppie. Bloody yuppie. So anyway, let's have a look at the Australian Constitution. So like most countries, I would say pretty much all countries have constitution. The one that most people know is the United States because of their media, because of their movies. People know that their First Amendment is, I think it's freedom of expression. The Second Amendment is right to bear arms and all that crap. Well, it's not crap, but that's just what we say in Australia, so get over it. Anyway, so Australia has a constitution, and while the American Constitution, all constitutions govern how a government can run. Whether they actually follow the Constitution is debatable, but in Australia they generally do. Some parts are pretty vague, but the Australian Constitution generally just governs how probably the relationship between the states and how the federal government is set up. Not really a constitution between the people. Well, 1 minute already. So, if you go to Parliament of Australia and you go down, you can see the table of contents. So, we have Chapter 1, which deals with the Parliament. Chapter 2, Executive Government. Chapter 3, the Judiciary, should I say. That's courts. Chapter 4, Finance and Trade. Chapter 5, States. Chapter 6, New States. We haven't actually had any new states, so anyway. Chapter 7, Miscellaneous. And Chapter 8, Alterations of the Constitution. So, if you go down here, you can, don't worry about that, it's just definitions and all that. Then you can get a better idea because it breaks down. And if you choose one, it's all pretty short, so you can actually look at it. The legislative power of the Commonwealth shall be vested in the Federal Parliament, which consists of the Queen, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, and which is hereafter called the Parliament or the Parliament of the Commonwealth. So then there's Governor General, salaries of the Governor General. Okay, so the salary of Governor General, annual sum until Parliament otherwise provides, is £10,000. So it's $20,000 in Australian terms. Obviously, the Parliament has voted increases in that, so they can do that. Governor General. So it's first session. That's just a, first session in Parliament 1901. Okay, that's it for that one. Then you go to part 2, and it has the Senate. Okay, you can read all that. Applicable laws if you're writs. And this is basically how a government runs. Resignation of senators, vacancy officer, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I recommend that every Australian actually read this at least once. I'll put a link down below. Okay. Coup provided. Notwithstanding Section 24, the number of members to be chosen in each state for the first election shall be as follows: 23 New South Wales, Victoria 20, Queensland 8, South Australia 6, Tasmania 5. It doesn't have any provision for those territories. So they are included now. I think they have 2 each for ACT, Northern Territory. Not too sure about Norfolk Island, Cocos Island, Christmas Island. Okay, they weren't too sure if Western Australia was going to join it this time. But anyway, so the first 3 chapters are pretty much, the first 2 chapters are about the government. Then you have the judiciary. Okay, courts, remuneration, appeal to the council. And so it's basically all pretty easy to understand. Obviously they have made laws that further define this, and alterations to the Constitution. So alterations, but there is a unique thing in this, in that the states, okay, this Constitution overrides any laws in the states, so they may surrender territory. Okay, states may not coin money. Okay, Commonwealth not to legislate in respect of religion. Okay, residents of a state shall not be subject to any other state to any disability or discrimination which would not be equally applicable if he were subject to the Queen resident in such other state. Okay, protection of states from violence and violence. And on the application of the secondary government against domestic violence. Okay, they run their own laws. Okay, then you got miscellaneous. City government. Okay, so I haven't actually found out where the city government's going to be, but it was in Melbourne until that. And then 127, this is very interesting. Okay, 127, I'm reckoning the number of people of the Commonwealth or of a state and other parts of Commonwealth, Aboriginal natives shall not be counted. So this is what the 1967 referendum was about, was to remove section 127, which didn't count Aboriginal people as part of Australia. But after that was removed, so you can alter the Constitution. It's just a piece of paper that if there's, don't know, probably 2/3 or something like votes, then it can be altered, or a referendum like this. Okay, so 128 was amended by Constitution Alteration Referendum 1977, which previously read as follows: the Constitution shall not be altered except for the following manner. Okay, and that is... Okay, so that's generally how a Constitution is. I have yet to meet an Australian that actually knows the Constitution. Generally, I don't know the Constitution. But, if you want to know more about your country, just start with this. Anyway, hope this boring video made you go to sleep, because it's about the Australian Constitution. Ooh, no, not the Australian Constitution. It's so boring. I wonder if people at the Constitution Convention are, yes, this Constitution is awesome. Oh, it's just a beautiful read. I'm going to go home and wink over it later tonight. Thank you very much. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and lick my balls. Bye-bye.